it says the x-intercept. Guys, what's an x-intercept? What's an x-intercept? So, think about this. You're driving down a car, right? Driving in a car, driving down the road, and you come to an intersection. What is an intersection? What happens?
You intersect.
What
There's a lot of cars going different ways.
The road that you drive on intersects, right? They cross. So what do you think the x-intercept means? And a front intercept. It crosses what range? The X. So y'all see a little point right here where it crosses the x-axis? Look, I was even nice and gave you the x-axis right here. You gotta read. What's that point right there? What? Yeah. What's that point right there? How much? 4. Very good. Why do I not have to put 4 0? Because look at this word right here. See this word? Intercept. Okay, look, you're driving down the road. When you come to an intersection, there's a red light, right? When you come to a red light, what are you supposed to do? And your miles per hour is how much? 0. And so the reason you don't have to put the 0 is because when you put an intercept, it's understood that it is at 0, right? When you come to a red light, it is understood your miles per hour is 0. All right, this one is the y-intercept. So what is the y-intercept? Very good. 3. I thought you were going to tell me what it was. Yep. This is where it hits the y-axis, right? And that is positive 3. Perfect. Why do I not have to put 0? Because what's that word mean again? Stop. It means stop. You come to a red light. You better stop or you're going to hurt somebody. All right, what about slope-intercept form? Do you remember that? Look at ya. All right, stop it. So what are those letters standing for? What are the 2 letters you need out of that? What 2 letters? M and what? And B. And what's the M? What's the M stand for? What word? Slope. Yep. And what is slope? Something over something. Rise over run. There you go. All right, so we got those dots. You ready? Let's rise. Here we go. We're going to rise 1, 2, 3. Why did I stop here? Because look, it's level. There you go. So that's 3 over. All right, here we go. Let's see. We went 1, 2, 3, and we got to that dot, so we're going to stop. How much did we go? Which way did we go? We went left, so it's -4. Very good. And then we put our X. All right, and then B. B stood for beginning. That's where you start on your graph, which is the y-intercept. What's your y-intercept? What kind of 3? So you're going to put +3.
I thought we saw it.
Hmm? No, you always start at the y. Always start at the y-intercept. All right, here we go. Standard form. You did this in Algebra 1, but I know it has been a minute. Here we go. Standard form means that you need to have the x and the y on which side of the equal sign? The left side of the equal sign, right? So what do we need to do to make our x on the left-hand side of the equal sign? It is subtract. What's the opposite? We're going to add it over. There you go. Bless you. All right, look at this right here. Which one comes first? What do I need to write first? X, which in our case is 3/4. Then what comes next? Y, which in our case is just Y, equals, C stands for constant. The number by itself is a constant. So what's the number by itself? 3. And that's standard form. Well, that's technically not standard form, but it's good enough for right now. We'll fight those battles later. All right, number 10. You think you got it? All right, here we go. X-intercept. What was the x-intercept again? Crosses over what? That looks like -5. It's in between -4 and -6. It's -5. All right, y-intercept is where it hit which axis? the y, which looks like 5, positive 5, because it's in between 4 and 6. And slope-intercept, y equals mx plus b, right? M was my slope. Here we go. Let's rise. So be careful. How much is this when I rise? It's not 1. How much is it? It's 2. Then this is 4. That's 5, right? So we're going to rise 5 over, let's count. Now be careful. Here we go. We're at what number? Careful. Negative 5, right? We're at negative 5. So if I go over here to 0, how much did I run? There you go. Why is it positive? Because which way did I go? You went right. And B is your y-intercept. What's your y-intercept right here? What kind of 5? There you go. Do you see anything you can do to simplify that? There you go. 5 over 5 is 1. Very good. And I don't have to write the 1, so I'm just going to write x. Alright, and then I need to write that in standard form. So I need, what two things need to be on the left? Can I let Jenna in, please? What 2 things need to be on the left?
X and Y.
X and Y, right? Y is already there. What can I do to get X over there?
Subtract.
There you go. Catch up, that was a lot longer than 5 minutes. Alright, there we go. Y'all okay? Yeah? No? Kinda, sorta? Alright. Okay, here we go. Grab your ACT. If you didn't grab one, they're on the table over there. You're supposed to grab one earlier. And what numbers are we going to do? Which one? Bless you. 11 and 12. Say that again? Did we not go over those yesterday? We'll go over those in a minute. I didn't thank you. I did not realize we didn't go over those yet. What about?
I was going to ask you if I could turn it up.
Yes. Better than us coming in and all that.
But I have too many work from other tests, like we're bringing to check real quick.
And you gonna have work in here all the time though, okay? Do you work after school? Okay, I'll give you a break this time. Alright, here we go. We got 11 and 12. How many questions is that? 2. So how many minutes are you gonna get? How much? How many minutes? 2. Don't mumble. I can't hear you. Alright, don't cheat. Don't start yet. Alright, 3, 2, 1. 11 and 12, go. 11 and 12, go. All right, here we go. So Kennedy just informed me that we did not go over 8 and 10 yesterday. So 8 through 10, should I say, sorry. So let's grab 8 through 10 real quick. And let's go over those. All right, so if you notice on the board up there, you notice in the black, green, and red on the left-hand side of the board, by the date, by the learning targets. So your next ACT that you can sign up for is October the 28th. Registration deadline is the 22nd of September. You are welcome to take a picture of that if you would like. And you go to act.org. act.org. And if you do not have a credit card, you're going to need your mammy with her credit card, okay? So make sure that you talk to them about that. Then the late registration is September 23rd through October 6th. That's going to make you have a late fee if you do it that week, but you can still sign up. Y'all okay? Okay. December is a very important test date because that's normally the test date in December, April, and June. They don't throw crazy questions at you those 3 dates, okay? So if you're looking to come to do any ACT, I would do the December one because September and October, they kind of throw like trial questions at you to kind of see how you do. So does that make sense to everybody what I mean by that? So the best one to normally take is December because it's straightforward questions. Yes, ma'am.
I was planning to do work without studying and then studying and doing that much.
Then I would. Well, you are technically studying every day.
Well, like without the ACT book. Should I do the one like the hard one in October and then go in and study and do the one in
I would. Yeah. It's not necessarily that it's harder. It's just that they throw trial questions at you to kind of see how you do, and they adjust your score accordingly. Like, if that makes sense. And so it's not that it's any harder. They just throw different kind of questions at you. All right, so let's look at number 8. You get your calculators ready to go? All right, so you got a long-distance call. Y'all don't really know about this anymore. This is what we used to have to do back in the day if we were going to call somebody. And you remember? Really? Okay. Good, that makes me feel not so old then. Let's see. Cost of long-distance call is $1.05 for the first minute and 15 cents for every minute after that, okay? So, what would I do to set up an equation? Come on, guys. This is real life right here. It's $1.05 for the first minute, and then 15.
15x plus 1 is your
Plus 1.05, right?
Yeah.
Very nice job, Mario. Very nice. But, Mario, you know what that x is. So it's 15 cents for every minute afterwards, right? And they want you to do a 15-minute call. So if this is the first minute, then what number am I going to plug in right here? 14, right? Because this is the first minute, and there's 14 minutes after that. There you go. And then you just use your calculator. And that's it. 0.15 times 14, and then plus 105. How much did you get? 315. Very good, very good. Which is H. Very nice job. Very nice. All right, this one right here. This is real life all day long. When you go to buy a house, you got an appraiser that comes out and he's gonna do all this stuff on your house, and he's gonna send it to the bank, and he's gonna tell the bank, this is what I've got. And the bank's going to tell you this is how much your house is worth, okay? So you've got a property that's $56,000, and it's going to be assessed at 3/4 of that value, okay? Does that make sense? Do y'all know with this new high school coming in that it's going to make all the house values in Alabaster go up? Have you heard about that? So they won't do it at 3/4 of the value. They'll do it at more than the value because it's worth more. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. So how would we do 56,000? And I want to find 3/4 of that. How would I do that, Jenna?
You could either multiply it by 0.75.
Yeah.
Divide it into that.
Well, I don't want to divide. I want to multiply it into that. Yep. There you go.
And then you subtract.
Well, let's subtract. Let's do this first, okay? So 0.75 times 56,000. And that gets, so how much is the house really worth? 42,000. Right? Y'all okay? All right, then what's it say? You're going to get taxed, right? You have to pay taxes on everything. If the tax is calculated at $3 for every $100 that is assessed. So how do I figure out how many $100 are in here? You would divide it by 100. Very good. Do you know the hundreds trick? The zeros will cancel. Now what do you have left? All right. So that's how many $100 are in there. Now how do I figure out? And I multiply by 3, not divide. Multiply by 3, and you multiply by 3, and that would be 1260. Yeah, look at it right there. All right, that one was kind of a different kind of one. All right, let's look at number 10. Don't read the question. Excuse me, don't read the problem. Read just the question. Just the question. The probability that you want a kicker or a receiver, right? Y'all play fantasy football? Some of y'all do? All right. But look, you don't waste time adding all that up, because just skim through the problem. Do you see a number in the problem? What do you see? 20 players, right? Don't waste your time adding it up, because it's right there for you. So it's going to be 20. And then how do I find out the probability of those two? You add them together. And that gives you 12, but those numbers will reduce. What number goes into both of them? What number goes into both of them? 4 is the biggest one. 2's not wrong. You just have to do it twice. And then, yes, ma'am, Jenna, you get 3 over 5, which is K. Very nice job. Are y'all okay? ACT getting a little harder today? No? Sweet. I'm glad it's not then. All right, here we go. Here's what we're going to do. Do you see in the learning targets on the very front of the board? See the learning targets on the very front of the board? Do you see that piece of paper that's hanging from it? Okay, that is the key for your study guide. We are not turning study guides in. Your key is also on Google Classroom. So you can pull up Google Classroom and it will be there in just a minute. Are y'all okay? All right, we're going to get in groups. We're going to turn to page 17. We're going to turn to page 17. And we're going to work out our study guide. All right, now look, study guide's not due. I'm not getting this back. So what do you think you need to focus on for your test? The stuff that you missed on the quiz, and the stuff that we probably did yesterday that you're like, I don't know how to do that, especially that interval notation for some of us. Interval notation is we need to work on that. So I'm going to mark out a couple of these. You ready? You can mark out number 18. And you can mark out number 27. 18 and 27. I think those are the only ones. All right, let's look at number 29. You ready? Right here. If I were all of us, I would make sure I started with 29, 30, and 31. Because I got your homework, and we need to go over how to do interval notation. So you need to do interval notation. What was interval notation? What in the world was that? That was the infinities and the parentheses and the brackets, right? Does that make sense? So let's go over one thing. All right, what if I were to give you this? Here we go. You ready? Let me just give you a couple of graphs. Give me some numbers.
3.
7. Okay. And then I'll do 3. And give me one more. Let's do one more for good measure. 12? Yeah, let's do negative 12. There you go. We're just going to go over this real quick. Oh, it's 10. You don't have to write this down unless you want to. We're just going to go over the notation. All right, here we go. Right here. How do you read a book? Left to right. So look at this one. Do not tell me this graph goes all the way to 8, because the graph that you drew does not go to 8. How far to the left does your graph go? What number does it stop at? 9, right? Do you see how you stopped it right here at 9? There's nothing over here. This is just a regular graph. There's nothing drawn. Does that 9 get a parentheses or a bracket? Why? There you go. And then how far to the right does it go? Infinity, forever. See how it's shaded? It's going forever and forever and forever and forever. And it's going right, so it's positive. And infinity always gets, there you go. That's it. All right, let's do the next one. Left to right, left. Where's it going to the left? Negative infinity. And infinity always gets a parentheses. And then how far to the right does it go? 7. Doesn't go any further past 7. Open dot, so you get a parentheses or a bracket. There you go. All right, let's look at this one. Left to right. Where's it going to the left? Which infinity? Negative, because it's going to the left. And infinities always get a parentheses, right? All right, and then where's it stop at on the right? 3. What's it get on 3? Bracket. There you go. All right, here we go. Last one. This is the one that messes you up right here. To the left. How far to the left does this graph go? Negative 12, right? You got to go to the left first. Left first. This is going to the right. To the left is right here. All right, that negative 12 gets a parentheses because it has an open circle. Then where does it go to the right? Positive infinity, and infinities always get a parentheses, okay? This is not going away, guys. You will see this notation for the rest of the class. It's not going away. Are y'all okay? Okay, find your partner. If you want to turn your desk around, if you want to move in closer to each other, turn your desk so you're facing each other, I don't really care. And then pull up Google Classroom to get the key, or you can go take a picture of that one up there, okay?